episode 2.
That
This
should
is
be
good.
part of the episode, actually.
No, this is good. This is my episode 2. I'm glad that this is being thrust upon me. You know, like,
This
you are
is
the
your
pornography
fault.
guy, but this is not my episode.
I am the pornography guy, even though I didn't name it. And I feel like
You're just the de facto host.
yeah, I am just the de facto host. But okay, I said Affleck, Daredevil. I said, hey, let's do something easy, right?
Mhm.
I said, let's do something easy before pornography. And I said, Ben Affleck, Daredevil. Which I understand why not to do that. It's well covered. Other humans have talked about that movie more recently. It's had its own little resurgence. Okay, obviously, you know, Salt had his weird thing that he pitched too, and I would have been fine with that too. But then, Lan, you came in with the steel chair, and
I did, yes.
and that made you the star. The spotlight shined on you. And I feel like the correct thing for me to do is just to let you have the spotlight here.
Okay. So let me preface by saying this. First off, that was a nice tab open, by the way. I didn't realize Kevin Smith had made so many movies. According to Letterboxd, he's got 30 credits to his name, which is
Kevin
very
Smith,
surprising to me.
writer? He does movies too?
I know, it's crazy. Just like J. Michael Straczynski, you know? Like, who the fuck could think that guy could do anything outside of comics? But I say this to say, out of those 30 movies listed on Letterboxd, I have watched one.
No way.
I have watched one. That's it. I've only watched
I've seen the
Clerks.
most Kevin Smith movies then.
No,
So maybe you should
sorry.
host this episode.
No.
just passing it based off of who. But you have definitely read the most Joe Quesada books, right, Keigen?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like
One more day.
For one, you read The World to Come.
The World to Come, which isn't over. I think the last
you know, it's
issue is
funny because
extremely
I was just reading the June solicits
Okay.
for Marvel's June books, and that is where the 6th issue of that book is solicited. So yeah, in a few months' time it will be out. But
Yeah.
no.
So this is my third Quesada book that I know of. That is, to my knowledge.
So you read One More Day?
Yeah.
Did you read the One More Day follow-up during Brand New Day?
No.
One
Disgusting.
Moment in Time?
No, I don't think so.
What was the other big Joe Quesada book? It was this.
Okay.
One More
I have
Day.
seen
Azrael?
one. Azrael. Oh, I've read Azrael. The Azrael debut comic, whatever that is.
Okay.
Yeah, I've read that. I gotta
Okay,
say,
yeah. So you've probably read it just a tad more than me then.
Sure.
So maybe you should host this episode.
I've seen one Kevin Smith film.
You've seen one? Which one have you seen, Keigen?
Zack and Miri make a porno.
Why? Of all the ones that you could watch.
Well, I feel like that one is the one I wouldn't have been able to summon to mind. I mean, I don't know. You know what? Pineapple Express was huge in my house. It was very it was very funny. Superbad was the first. No, that's a lie. Superbad was the second R-rated movie I ever saw in theaters. So it really was just Seth Rogen. I thought he was funny. Probably.
You know, I thought I had seen Mallrats, but I had mistaken it for Rat Race, which had come out around the same time.
Really understandable.
But, you know, again, very fair, I think, you know.
I've seen Mallrats.
You've seen Mallrats. So that's one of the three. So you've seen Mallrats, you've seen Dogma, and what's the third one?
Jay and Silent Bob.
I never said I saw 3. I just said I saw the most.
Oh, I thought you said 3. Oh,
I guess
no,
2 is more than 1. 2 is
3.
more than 1 in both of our cases.
How did you said out loud that you've seen a good number of Kevin Smith movies?
Well,
I've seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. I have seen 3.
Okay, so you have seen 3. No, I was counting the crossover episodes of Degrassi that starred Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. So if you count that, then I'm actually seeing the most Kevin Smith out of us all.
I wonder how many. Well, but the CW shows factor into this.
So wait, what is his involvement with the CW shows?
But what is the question you're asking?
Like how much involvement did he have there?
He directed episodes.
Oh, okay. Now, were these episodes that came out after the second season of these various shows?
Probably.
Okay, so then I definitely haven't seen them.
Supergirl.
Okay, I definitely haven't seen episodes of that.
The Flash. 3 episodes. Supergirl 4 episodes. So yeah, I've seen all of those because I watched all of those shows.
I see. Let me see how many things I've seen him. Oh, as an actor, I've seen him in quite a few things.
Right.
You know, I've seen him in 7.
There's more things.
7 things, yeah.
For me,
he was in 2 Star Wars. What was he doing in Star Wars?
What Star Wars? I don't know. I don't know the answer.
It was 7 and 9.
Okay, so he must have been just a stormtrooper, or
just
a voice.
Some fucking stupid ass alien on Jakku.
That's kind of the perfect place to put Kevin Smith.
No, it is. It's the perfect place to put Simon Pegg. No, but you were right, Keigen. He was a stormtrevor, uncredited.
Okay. Stupid. I think they should carve out a little space, a little Kevin Smith space on Galaxy's Edge, and he could just transfer between the different Galaxy's Edges, the different Batus. He could just kind of move over to the Florida one and then back to the LA one. And then
Star Wars TV feels like the perfect space for Kevin Smith.
You
know, directing an episode.
He should have directed a Mandalorian.
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. That just makes sense. That's intuitive. I mean,
so I guess I am hosting this episode, huh?
I don't know. We're already in it, you know. It's okay.
No, don't worry. I gotta. Don't worry, I got this.
What a character.
What a character. What a guy.
What a guy. You know, I don't like him. You know,
it's a shame that he had all those heart attacks because I did prefer him when he was a bit fatter.
Yeah. It's just like Charles Barkley. He just lost something. The skinny it don't fit right.
The funny is stored in the fat. The funny is stored in the fat.
Yeah. Fat funny guy is a classic kind of guy. Like
it's a truly Guildenstern and Rosencrantz, Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah,
there's always got to be a fat guy in the equation.
It's a
Wario and Waluigi.
If you try to
Mario and Luigi,
Jay and Silent Bob,
Jay and Silent Bob, Foggy Nelson and Matt Murdock.
So good, so good.
I feel like reading this book was some sort of like cosmic punishment for showing the Kevin Smith talkback videos to people when I was in college.
The what?
He would do these like tours and like do Q&As, and like that was how the infamous like Superman fights a giant mechanical spider story got word. It like when he like trashed Tim Burton, like he's got that story where, you know, Tim Burton gives an interview. Tim Burton says, I don't read Batman comics, and then Kevin Smith very epically says, yeah, we could tell. Like all of those come from these like touring talkbacks.
Oh no.
Kevin Smith is like he's from a bygone era, you know, of nerdery.
Welcome back to Midnight Grappler Animals, home of Flub Nation. I'm your host, Lan, and with me I've got two sinful guys. Just true sinners. Without any Oscars to their name. How about that?
He says that because he thinks we're twins.
Oh,
Yeah, but they're cousins.
wait a second. The first time Lance been called racist. We did
Wait
it.
a second.
We did
Wait,
not
wait.
End the podcast.
And the
did it.
podcast. Yeah, we can't do any more after this. Gotta go out on a high.
Yeah, we finally won.
Well, if you're listening to this episode, that means that either Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has just started or is about to start, depending on when I can get this episode edited and released. But to prepare, I guess, or at least get us in the mood for yet another season of Hornography, which you can find on our Patreon at patreon.com/MidnightGrapplerAnimals, we figured it would be a good time to do more Daredevil stuff. Keigen had originally proposed that we watch the Daredevil movie, the 2003 one starring Ben Affleck. And then I decided, as Keigen said, to throw a steel chair into this conversation, and I suggested that we instead do Daredevil Guardian Devil, written by Kevin Smith, drawn by Joe Quesada. Fellas, had you read this book prior? What do you know of this book?
I knew nothing, and I never would have read it, is my answer. Absolutely
Really?
never, ever. I don't care for... None of the names on the cover matter enough to me to ever read this book. Ever. Never. Ever.
And Salt?
I knew that Kevin Smith had a cameo in the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie because he worked on a Daredevil comic, and I put the pieces together and realized it was probably this comic. That's all I knew.
I didn't even know that.
We talked a bit about our experience with Kevin Smith's works in the prelude or the cold open to this episode, as it were. But I wanted to ask, were either of you familiar with Kevin Smith's writing talents in the comic space?
One time I got into argument with some nerds, and one of the nerds that was on my side was talking about how Batman peed himself in a Kevin Smith comic.
Yes, that's true.
That's as much as I know of anything that actually happens in a Kevin Smith comic that isn't this one. Was
that an IRL argument?
No, it was on
Did the guy
internet.
piss himself?
It was on Twitter.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
No, somebody, I don't even remember. I don't know if I joined an already running thing, but it was something about somebody was saying Kevin Smith was a good writer. Actually, I think was the argument. And I was like, I ain't ever finding out. Like, I don't, sure. And then the other person was like, he wrote Batman pissing himself. He's not a good writer. And I was like, okay, I don't know. Anyway, that's what I know. He wrote Batman pissing himself out of being afraid.
Okay. Salt?
I think I did read part of Batman Cacophony. I am.
That sounds like a book you would read
to
on
admit.
purpose.
Yeah.
Freak, you sicko.
I think I maybe read part of The Widening Gyre.
Ah, yes, The Widening Gyre.
And I think
Everyone's
you
favorite
made
Batman
me.
comic.
I think you made me read the Detective Comics 1000 thing.
Yeah, that was our.
Oh yeah,
fault.
he did have a. Yeah, he did have a story in there.
I guess I forgot
What
that.
is wrong with me? I read his Green Hornet. You know what? 2010 was a really bad year. And I think I would just read anything.
Salt's like uncovering memories of being an avid View Askew listener, watcher. Just awakening a completely buried part of Salt right now with this.
Please, no more humiliation for me, Lan. We gotta talk. What's your Kevin Smith comic book experience?
I had read this a while back. It's been several years.
Why?
Why?
You're trying to be a Daredevil completionist? Is that it?
No.
No.
I mean, maybe.
Freak.
Well, here's the thing. This run, or if I can call it a run, it's just 8 issues.
It's more than you said it was. You said 6. You said
no,
6.
I didn't. No, I
yes,
didn't.
you did. It's in the
I think I
chat.
said 7. I think I said 7.
Still a
I
lie.
remember it being 7.
Still lied.
Honestly,
Anyway,
one of these issues doesn't even matter, so it's like whatever.
Why'd you read this?
I read this because it precedes a run that is actually really good. So I didn't want to just start at issue 9, even though issue 9 starts a pretty good arc. So I figured, why not? There's nothing really before this. This is meant to be the start of a new volume of Daredevil comics, right? So I went into it, I read it, I hated it, and then I thought about it no longer until I remembered it existed like a month ago when we started talking about these comics again. So that's my experience with this. With Kevin Smith in general, yeah, just here and there. Every now and then he'll show up for an anniversary issue or some bullshit. So I'd have to encounter him there, but beyond that, I don't think I ever sought out Kevin Smith's writing talents, surprising as that may be. It's just a thing that happened. And then with Quesada, the usual. One more day, one moment in time. Frankly, I don't think I have much experience with Quesada's good books because, well,
You're a big Azrael fan, though, right?
I fucking hate Azrael. I don't know if I've ever said this. I hate Azrael so much, and I've tried to like Azrael. I hate him as a character. I don't care. I don't understand why people like
Azrael fan taking their AirPods out and throwing them across the room. Never listen to this bullshit podcast again.
I don't want you. Okay, don't listen to me. Oh man, people have gotten mad at me about just my irrational dislike of Azrael. And you know what? I'm a red-blooded American. I fucking hate Catholics too. So you know what? Maybe that's it. Just kidding. I don't hate Catholics, but I do hate the Catholic Church. And Azrael really is a lot of dumb church bullshit. I hate Azrael, but I did read that book, and his art's cool. Yeah.
So you say you hate dumb Catholic bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess that should.
I was having more flashbacks to Salt complaining about Knives Out, because this is the most Protestant Catholic nonsense. This is the most Protestant take on a Catholic issue. It's so annoying. This one grated on me in that way.
So, okay, let's preface this a bit, because you got to think about where Daredevil was at as a character, as a book, even Marvel in general, because this book starts in 1998. Marvel had just gone bankrupt, and basically they needed to figure out how to get out of the hole. As a part of that, a lot of things happened, a lot of dumb shit happened too, but most importantly, the foundation of the Marvel Knights line of comics, which helped revive Marvel's just comics line in general at the time, spun out of this. And one of those books was this volume of Daredevil comics. So part of this revitalization effort was taking one of the hottest names in media at the time, Kevin Smith. Can you believe it, guys? One of the hottest media names of 1997 and 1998. Kevin Smith is writing a comic for Marvel. And the result of that is Daredevil, Guardian Devil, the 8-issue run in quotations, but really it's just a mini series starring Matt Murdock as he just goes nuts and has to deal with basically a more convoluted version of Born Again. When I say all this, I realize that, we are going to rag on this book quite a bit. But the thing you have to realize is this is Marvel's DC's identity crisis. Comic fans are bound to hate this book. However, it is a very popular book. Normies love this book.
See, I've never seen it recommended, though. It was the crazy thing.
The thing is, it's been re-released a shit ton of times, right?
Okay.
To the point where whenever there is like a new line of Marvel Masterworks or whatever they call it, Prestige is the newest one, right? The small one. Anyways, this is like treated as one of Marvel's evergreen. We can recommend this to anyone. This is our equivalent to like a Dark Knight Rises or Dark Knight Returns.
See, I was
a perennial
thinking,
book.
Toward the end of this, I was thinking I've never heard a good thing about this book, so I don't know that I would have come to this comparison. But Hush, this is Daredevil's Hush.
Yes.
I was waiting to say that because it doesn't contradict the identity crisis thing at all. Like, this is totally identity crisis, but it's also paving the road for Hush.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, plus I think Quesada and Lee are
definitely contemporaries.
Yeah, enough. So really, like by the time of the big reveal, I literally was like, "Oh, this is Hush. This is Hush. We're doing it. Oh, that's crazy." And vomit came out of my mouth.
Yep.
But I've seen Hush recommended. That's the thing that I'm like, yeah, but I'll believe you. I never see this book recommended. And I think that's Miller. That's Frank Miller's fault, right? Like, there's a better thing to read. That was not that long before this.
I mean, even with
super
that,
available.
Like, the second book, it's like the second book. Everyone recommends Born Again.
Yeah.
Right? Everyone recommends Man Without Fear. But once you get out of the umbrella of Frank Miller, evergreen Daredevil comics, this is the next thing that's in line.
Yeah.
Right? It's a self-contained story. It's only 8 issues. It's like the perfect format to put in a digestible volume that you can sell to normal people.
This is making Hush even better, more better. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but it's like year one DKR Hush. It's the same thing. It's like Miller stuff, and then you have this dumb moronic bullshit that you get to read.
And so, like, I think for a lot of comic fans or fans of Daredevil, right, it is almost a rite of passage to read this book at some point. Arguably, for a lot of people, it was the entry point, right? Again, this was part of the revitalization effort during that Marvel Knights period, which got a lot of people reading comics again. So for a lot of folks, this was the entryway into Daredevil comics. And let me just preface by saying it is a fucking awful entryway.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, okay. Comic fans deserve bad things. So
right, of course.
Let them read Guardian Devil. Right. I guess. I'm also, this whole thing, Lan, maybe you gave me an opportunity to interact with the proletariat here, the common man. That's what we're doing here. We're interacting with the common person. So, thanks. Thank you. This is an opportunity.
When we were doing the pornography stuff last year, I got really into Daredevil. I was like, okay, this is going to be a hyperfixation for a month, so I'm going to get it out of my system. And I went to the library and I picked up a volume of Daredevil by Stan Lee and Gene Colan, and those stories were like really cool. Like, I don't want to like rehabilitate the like Stan Lee. He's actually a good writer, but I do think like at that point he had enough of a flow to like let Gene Colan mostly do his thing. So like they are simple, satisfying stories with awesome Gene Colan art, and I think like those are a great like jumping on point. And I'm sure there's tons of other stuff you could read too, but like I think a lot of readers are like averse to old stuff for whatever reason, continuity or whatever. And I just want to emphasize the simplicity part because, good God, this book is so dense with like plot per pound per page.
God,
yeah, pablum.
It's just so much. There's so much happening constantly. Like, if it just focused in more and had one of these things happening each issue, there would maybe be some good. But instead, it's just everything all the time.
You know, people say that superheroes are cops, but I think people are missing the point. Comics writers are cops, and Kevin Smith should have been forced to turn over his badge and gun for this book.
Yeah. So true. Also, we've talked about Kevin Smith and Quesada, and obviously they're the two names on this thing that everybody talks about. But Jimmy Palmiotti, I don't like him. Don't like him as a person.
Did you see what Kevin Smith said about him in the afterword?
Yeah, I read it, but it left my brain immediately. What did Kevin Smith say?
He was trying to be nice, and he called what Palmiotti does tracing.
Which I will, art wise, I kind of do want to say some good things about him at some point. But this book letting him have a name I hate it. I hate it so much. Yeah, that's all. I hate that he was able to be elevated by this piece of shit work. Because nobody deserves that.
You know, if you think about it, the late 90s and the early 2000s, that's really what it's all about. You know, giving guys who really don't deserve that level of fame.
Yeah. Besides Michael Jordan, he deserved it.
Michael Jordan did. Wait, which Michael Jordan?
What? The baseball player.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. That late 90s baseball. Yes. So I guess a quick summary, synopsis of what Guardian Devil is before we go into this. Oh God, how do you summarize this? Matt Murdock is presented with a baby and is told the baby is the Antichrist. Foggy Nelson cheats on his wife. Or Jesus, well, whichever one. Again, it's up to you. It's open interpretation, folks. Karen Page is back in Matt's life. She has AIDS. Black Widow is also here.
There's a lot of so-and-so is also here in this book.
Yeah,
you can actually summarize the book with that.
Foggy Nelson's mom is also here. How do all of this connect? Find out in this volume of Daredevil. So do we want to do this issue by issue?
No.
Well, I'm not encouraging or discouraging that, but if you do that, I will be finding out what happened for the first time because we got to do our usual segment here. Salt, how much of this book did you read? I was contractually obliged to look at every page, but I said I wouldn't be reading, and I did do that. I did look at every page.
You looked
several times
at every page.
Yes.
The act of reading this book is hostile, though. Like
it is
so painful.
I read like the first 3 issues in a sitting, and I was like, this is fucking bullshit. And then I saw the page count, and I was like, that better just be extras. And then I flipped over, and I saw there was 8 issues, and I was like, I'm gonna kill myself. And then I read the next 3 issues, and I was like, I can't possibly say what happened in this book. I couldn't partake in a book club
if you made a heat map of a comic page with like, words and pictures. Like this thing would be radioactive. Like the ratio is all off. The math is fucked.
Yeah, like it doesn't guide your eye at all. Like there's some cool looking pages, and then so then I sit down to read the rest of it last night. But I was like, I need to flip back because I have no idea what's going on in this. And then I get to the issue that's like half 16 panel grid, and I'm like, Why? Why are we doing this? Why?
And the
Oh my
lettering
gosh.
the lettering does not help at all. Peace
At
and
all.
love to Liz
No.
Agrafiotis, a person whose credits,
There's a reason I don't know
surprisingly
your
enough,
name.
107 works to their name. That being
I
said,
feel like
not good.
the letterer is a sin eater here because I don't know how you fix this.
So many words. So
Yeah, I mean,
many
it
letters.
really is. It's the, letterers have a very difficult job. I will vouch for letters here in that they have to take a script and put it in a way that works not only with the flow of the page, but also doesn't hide the art. And in this case, that is a very difficult task.
Yes.
How do you place these word balloons in a way that you can actually get what's going on while being faced with an endless barrage? Like it's hostile is what it is. Like, people give Brian Michael Bendis shit for his dialogue, but in my experience, having read his and Maliv's Daredevil run, I never once felt nearly as overwhelmed and information overloaded as I did with this book here.
No, this is, I mean, it's visual storytelling, right? Our classic high word count visual storytelling. Like it's
visuals are when I read words.
Yeah, there's so many captions. Like the whole Mephisto Doctor Strange scene is horrible to look at. I've never skipped as many word balloons as I did in this book.
There is one section where he is just yapping. Like, Mephisto is just yapping. And the thing is, even if you took the time to read what he was saying, it's just total problem. Total bullshit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
the panel count is high.
Yeah, panel count, I think, is the other big problem here, because I'm gonna compare to Lee, because I read the Lee Daredevil somewhat recently, and I genuinely think the worst Leeisms you get in that book is you have a really cool splash or something, just some really nice art, and someone's got to say something, but that looks restrained and tasteful compared to this. These panel arrangements are chaotic, and not in a cool way. You could do chaotic panels in a very cool way. This is just it feels like Smith is getting paid by the panel and the word.
That's actually all that Marvel could afford at the time.
Yeah.
They're to their writers, they're like, oh, we just went bankrupt, so we can only pay you by the word.
There's a page where he tries to jump off a building to kill himself with a baby. We'll just pause there.
Many such cases, by the
way. Who has access to a baby and a roof hasn't, right?
But this page is so ugly because the image of this man jumping upside down holding the baby should speak for itself, but then there's a panel inset within the page of the baby's face and Matt Murdock's face, but the panels are not aligned and they're all jittery, but again, it doesn't look intentional. It's not conveying anything extra. It's like this comic is glitching out the same way that a video game can't run on a computer that doesn't have its hardware specs high enough. It's like everyone's clipping through the frame or through all the geometry.
Yeah, it's frustrating because every now and then there are panels of Quesada's work that I actually do enjoy looking at, but they are so far and few and far between. Just again, I keep thinking of it as information overload because that's all it is. It's just information. It doesn't register the way other art does, because it's just so much at once.
It's crazy because you would think Quesada, like at this point in his career, he's already Joe Quesada, right? Like
Yeah.
he's not he's got power, control, whatever. He's making good money. But it feels like he's following a script. Like the script is saying, page whatever, issue 3, page 8, panel 4, Daredevil's talking. It's a skinny panel, Next panel is panel 5. It's a close up of Black Widow's face looking to the right. Next panel is the baby, and then back to Daredevil, and then it's a larger panel of Daredevil kneeling. Like it feels like, why would you make these decisions unless a dumb person was telling you to make them? Like,
Right.
You do have a lot of
like
artists talking about how they'll override scripts, and it doesn't look like he's doing that anywhere.
Right, and that's exactly like I feel like the cool parts are where maybe when Kevin Smith just accidentally did a cool part, I guess, is the explanation of it, because otherwise, I've read Joe Quesada books, and he has good visual storytelling ability, right? He still does today. Those books are very readable. The World
are they
to Come
now?
is. Yeah, I mean, dude, why Black Panther? Like,
You keep finding ways to try and convince us to read this book,
No,
and perhaps
I don't care.
come June we
Look.
might actually have to fucking do it.
we already have something we're doing in July. Okay, so I'm not saying we got to do The World to Come. I'm just saying they're not dog shit, right? And I mean, Priest is a very good writer. How many things has he written that are bad? Not a lot. He's written mid stuff, like whatever. Go get on my face if you think like that Justice League run from the mid 2010s.
What do you mean you don't
good.
like Red Black Panther?
It's stupid, but like the fundamentals that Quesada has is obviously good, right? It's like saying if somebody says Jim Lee is not good at something, it's like you just fuck off, whatever. I don't care. But like this is incompetent in a very weird way.
Mm-hmm. Especially for Quesada at the time.
Yeah,
yeah. So I guess we'll do this character.
Art.
You really like it, or you don't really like it?
In this book, I like it. I just would say, like, I'm not trying to contradict Keigen. I'm not trying to do a hot take. I think his
line work is cool.
Yeah,
I like when he draws Daredevil chunky. Like I like it's Daredevil like with the big chin. Yeah, exactly. Like the Ed McGuinness rendering where he's got like the big chin, chunky everything.
That's one of the things. Go ahead, Salt. There's still your thought.
Yeah, all I was saying is I think the art is cool. It's just you can't win with these page layouts.
No, you absolutely can't.
And that's unless you come back around and you do have to blame the art again. It's like, dude, you had to just disregard the script sometimes.
Yes, and that's what I mean. Like it feels like he has more skill than the layouts are saying in this book. It's really what I'm saying is like he should have made this book better, but he didn't. And I think part of that is probably dialogue and like the amount of words on the page was like, okay, we have to figure out some way to do this, because like there's the Bendis method of repeating panels or doing bigger panels on a page to allow for that, and this doesn't do that. This stays small panels with a lot of dialogue, and that also looks really gross. But to get back to like the good thing here, and here's the Jimmy Palmiotti praise corner, I guess. I really do like Palmiotti on Quesada here, because you almost get like both of their art styles. Because Palmiotti tends to be a lot more cartoony, more rounder lines and stuff like that. But a lot of times you'll get more of the Quesada influence or more of the Palmiotti influence throughout the book. And so it's like it varies between that like really detailed kind of more Jim Lee-esque, lots of lines, hatchwork and stuff. And then it'll swing back toward almost like Weiringo style, like bubbly, bouncy things. And it's like, oh, it's really cool to see that. And I wish there were I wish inkers existed. I wish there was still money in comics to pay people to.
I wish
ink
inkers
stuff.
were real.
Yeah, yeah. Still, I wish they weren't some mythical creatures, because it's like, man, you get really weird, cool things happening where those two people are their works are influencing each other in a book. And this is a cool example of that, and that was fun to see, because just seeing the way even like faces change, the way the two draw faces together is really cool throughout the book.
Not to pathologize too much and not to give Quesada too much leeway or credit here, but I think it really was a perfect storm of a bunch of things. The fact that you're working with this big name at the time, Kevin Smith, right? So I think wanting to avoid impeding Kevin Smith's vision is one thing, and the other thing is Quesada had also had the whole Marvel Knights line thrust upon him, pushing it forward and actually moving him towards what he would the role that he would end up taking at Marvel in a few years' time, right? So I can understand why Quesada's art can feel compromised, I guess, in this case, but it's, again, there are some really fun moments and there are some really good moments. The bit where Karen's getting murked, unfortunately, is a really good panel. Very good use. And again, to extol some praise onto Palmiotti, the inks in that panel are fantastic. But yeah, that the art is compromised, I think, is my bottom line here. Like it's not as good as it could be, but it's not as bad as it could be. Especially with some of Quesada's later works. I know you haven't read A One Moment in Time, but yeah. Let's do this character by character, because I think the best way to break this down really is by going through all the various players in here. So let's start off easy. Bullseye. What do you guys think of Bullseye?
Him using his teeth is always cool. So that's it. That's 100% of my thoughts on Bullseye.
Salt, anything you gotta say about our man Bullseye here?
These pages really suck. No, because Bullseye rocks, and like you need to be able to like really show the physicality of Bullseye throwing whatever he's throwing and someone reacting, and like it's all so cramped, and you could do like very tiny panels if you were thinking a lot about like the blocking, like martial arts choreography, and that is not what's happening here. So I'm gonna give F for Bullseye, because they did my guy dirty. He's one of my favorite villains, and this kind of sucked.
On the bright side, they did do this scene justice in the show when they did do the same fight. So I guess
the Daily Bugle fight.
No, it's the one in the church.
Yeah, he's throwing the beads and is breaking pieces
that
and stuff.
Ruled.
That's
I didn't even connect the two, because that one is so awesome. Yeah. There's so much aura in that. Like, I didn't even connect. Oh yeah, they're both fights in a church. Yeah, this sucks. Just like the show one is just like the note. Like I wouldn't even give this credit for like how it influenced the show, just because the show is so inspired.
Yeah, I think the worst part about Bullseye's presence here is it is a rerun of the fight that led to Elektra's death, right?
Yeah, it's so hack.
It's so hack, and the worst part is the way this book ends. It just makes this feel even worse when you get to the ending, and that end confrontation with Matt and Mysterio.
So stupid.
The next character, and I guess this is a twofer here, Doctor Strange and Mephisto.
Worthless waste of my time.
Salt?
That.
Yeah, no. Honestly, it feels like a waste of pages. All you really get out of it.
The drug cross is the dumbest thing I've ever read. I think it's the dumbest thing I've ever read. It's so... Why? No, I hate it.
So that was a pretty quick one. That's Doctor Strange and Mephisto. Got to be careful with my M's here. Next up, we've got the freakish philanderer Franklin Foggy Nelson here. Did they do our boy dirty?
He got to lay pipe. That's cool. Yeah, he had he a cheater.
He is a cheater. Salt, what's your take on Foggy in this book?
This is the one face spike, and everything I've got is an art note because I just didn't read this.
Salt doesn't actually know what happened.
Yeah, I really don't. I know it's awesome to try to describe this book to somebody. I'm like, oh yeah, you know Daredevil, the superhero? Well, he tries to kill a baby in this.
I'm not sure why, but he does.
I don't really know the moral implications or why. I think it was his own secret child. I don't know.
Look,
anyway,
so here's my one art note. Foggy is meant to be a dignified fat guy. And I don't like when people draw him like a buffoon, and he looks like a loser and an alcoholic and a fucking scumbag in this, which I don't like.
Just a real piece of shit.
See,
the worst guy I've seen.
This is such a divorced guy comic. Like, this comic hates women a lot, but like Kevin Smith is a wife guy.
We will get to the misogyny. Don't you worry.
But like, that's what I don't get, is that Kevin Smith is a wife guy, and it's so weird. It's such a weird interaction. I don't think I've ever experienced this before.
You know, going from this to rereading that one famous Kevin Smith tweet, just a very big tonal whiplash.
That's what I'm saying.
You know what would be art? Like, this would be very time consuming, but you just take that one tweet and you like replace all the dialogue in this book and the word bubbles and like the captions, all of it. You just replace all of it with that tweet over and over and over again.
To match the word count exactly. So you like that would be really fun.
You would see that tweet like 7 times per page.
Oh man.
So let's talk about some misogyny, because our next character here is Natasha, Black Widow. I think she really is like the vehicle for a lot of the misogyny in this book. It's crazy. Her presence in this book is so baffling to me.
It's so weird.
It's like there are some
Daredevil. Like, why do you pull her in at all?
Well, I mean, she has the previous experience with him, right? So there is that at least.
Sure, but like,
however, her presence in this book is like her guarding the baby and going, for the first time in my life, I hear my biological clock ticking.
It's crazy.
Insane.
It's crazy.
Just insane. And she is an outlet for Matt's misogyny for a lot of this book.
Tries to kill her.
Tries to kill her. Like, I'm pretty sure he slaps her at least like 2 or 3 times.
He does the classic like misogynist husband thing of like, oh, I gotta go do fun stuff. Watch the baby.
Yeah, exactly. Like, she is relegated to being the babysitter.
Yeah, the baby stuff in this book is real bad too. Just the overall, every thought this book has about babies is not good.
No, and just the role again, the gender essentialism.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. It's not good at all. I guess a quick minor character, the teenage girl who I forget her name already. Do you guys have any thoughts about her presence in this book? Did you like how unceremoniously that girl was killed off?
Dude, hold up. I have to put everything on pause. I'm so sorry to derail, guys, but Lan, you said something about just a minute ago about like Kevin Smith like thinking about babies and stuff, and I was like, wait, when was Kevin Smith's daughter born? And she Oh yeah. Guardian
No.
Devil publication date November 1998 to June 1999. Harley Quinn Smith born June 26, 1999.
Oh.
Sorry, I had to get that out there. Like that reveals so much about where this man's mind was at.
It's so
Insane.
bad.
Like, can you imagine being his wife and reading this while being pregnant with his child?
Reading the scripts? No. My God.
Just having to read the biological clock line, everything about the baby murder.
Dude, even like I'm flipping through the book right now. Oh, he's got your grip? No, Kevin Smith. No. How did that woman? I have such a lower estimation of Kevin Smith's wife right now. I'm sorry. She may be an innocent.
This, but... you know what? This really makes awful. The reveal halfway through that the baby is a girl.
Yeah.
I'm saying that like I know it. Like I never looked at the page. Whoa, you're right.
The whole time.
That baby looked unisex to me. That baby looked non-binary as hell.
The baby transitioned as a prank.
Yeah, as a prank. This was actually a preview of Woke 3.0.
Woke 3.0, yeah. Damn, Kevin Smith got it in that area.
So the next character...
What other characters do we have? Good God.
There's so many.
Karen.
I've just put that picture in planning because she looks super breedable in that panel.
Good. No, nasty. Never say that again.
Don't. Yeah.
That was disgusting.
It's real bad. It's intrusive thought. Horrible though. Horrible. Like from the first moment she appears, it's so bad.
The I have AIDS panel is like beyond parody, dude.
Having that be the big final page reveal of that issue.
Wait, that wasn't the only Kevin Smith character to have AIDS. Why was he obsessed with AIDS? He gave Green Arrow's sidekick AIDS too.
He's giving superheroes AIDS. He's running around. He's climbing in windows. Guess,
it's weird because this is in 1998, so it's not like the AIDS epidemic was over. But I think like the timeliness of it was starting to, like, a story about AIDS in 1998 doesn't hit as hard as a story about AIDS in the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah, like right? Magic Johnson had it. He was okay.
The stigmatization of it was starting to get better, right? So to drop a storyline like this, well, it's not even that comics, because comics was already about this in the early 90s, right? Like you had that storyline in Incredible Hulk, right, in 1994, I want to say, right? So it's not that comics was late to the game with this. It's that Kevin Smith was, right? And both times it's him using it for shock value. It's him playing into the stigmatization that had been so prevalent in the late 80s and early 90s.
It's so messed up. Like so much of it too is focused on like, oh no, did I give it to Matt? And it's like, dude, what wrinkle of misogyny is this? Did you write this? Why did you make your wife read this script?
And then, going the extra length of like trying to pin it on her being promiscuous as a junkie. Like there's many layers to it.
Yeah. And it's all fake out probably, maybe, on top of that.
Right.
Because it's Mysterio bullshit. And even Mysterio's like, I don't know if she had it or not. I was lying, but she could, maybe.
She could have gotten a second opinion, but oops, she didn't. That was the worst. That was the worst.
It's so bad.
This book feels dated in such a strange way, because if I read a book that came out within the last year that was this misogynist and exploitative, I would automatically know that the writer was like some crazy conservative culture war freak. But this is that level of bigoted without having any agenda. That is a blast from the past.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's like, yeah, that's wild to think about.
Yeah, it's
This is just
crazy
regular
just
Catholic.
how it's crazy to think just how much misogyny this book gets away with while also having the reputation it does. And that's why I think of it as Marvel's DC's identity crisis, is because of all the shit that it gets away with. You know,
Yes, absolutely.
all of the stuff that like nowadays, and honestly for the time too, the tide was beginning to shift, and this fell so behind the times. It's awful. Yeah, it's truly awful. And again, it ends with her dying, and which another repeat, and stupid. And it's the exact kind of stupid that brings us to the next character here. Unless Keigen has something to say.
No.
Oh, okay. It's Mysterio, guys.
The worst.
Oof.
The worst.
Oof.
Every bad thing somebody could say about Riddler in Hush is like 100 times worse than this comic. Like, that's the real place. That was, as soon as I saw Mysterio, I was like, this is Hush. Get out of my face. This is trash. His explanation, and also, it leans into all the bad things about this comic too, because it looks bad and it sucks, and there's just a million words on a page because Kevin Smith wants to explain how it was Mysterio was all at fault, and it's like, yeah, dude, we know that's Mysterio's whole deal. This is his whole deal, is doing this.
Yes.
Like, you don't have to explain that you had the mother of the baby artificially inseminated after being drugged. Like, you didn't have to do that. You insane person.
Wait, Land was gonna say he hates, and I love Land's hate corner, so I need Land to pop off here.
Yeah.
I hate everything about this explanation and this issue, just because. What was that thing you were talking about, Salt? That was a talkback. Kevin Smith's talk walk. It is that in the form of an issue of this book. Like, it's awful how much gets lampshaded. Because at this point in time, Kevin Smith decides that he is both Mysterio and Daredevil. You know, with Mysterio equating himself being Kevin Smith, equating Kevin Smith to the likes of George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, putting Jay and Silent Bob, actually sandwiching Star Wars, Jaws, and Terminator in between frames of Jay and Silent Bob. And again, just trying to present Mysterio as this like grand auteur, only for Daredevil to come and be like, that's tropey, that's cliche. Like, he hits him with the TV tropes book over and over and over, and it's the worst fucking thing. It is awful. Like, in many ways, it feels like one of those skits off of that La Russell album we were forced to listen to. Where in this case, he is both the person hating and the person being hated on.
Hey, even Mysterio is heaven sent.
Even Mysterio's, even that baby was heaven sent. Even that baby was heaven sent.
Even Spider-Man is heaven sent. Even you.
I need to get my Mysterio hate off. This is one of the craziest art fails ever, and it's so Kevin Smith's fault, but Quesada's fault as well for following the script. Who's this old man disguise he has?
The bad
Just some guy.
Okay. So he's disguised as this like old guy throughout most of the story, and we see these panels where he reaches his hand up to his face and he starts pulling the skin away as Daredevil is running up the stairs to confront him. Now, there's a panel of full splash, oh shit, pulled off the skin. It's Mysterio. Splash page. That should be the next thing. But there's like 2 pages in between it of like showing the various parts of Mysterio's costume, and it's completely ruins the dramatic reveal. Like, I can't believe what I know. The word pacing gets thrown around a lot, but like this is the most egregious, terrible pacing I've ever seen.
It's so decompressed
to get
to
more
a
words
fault.
in. It's just to get more words in.
Yeah.
Gotta hit that
Like
word.
it should go tear the skin off, turn the page. Oh shit, it's Mysterio. But it's like, oh, it's Mysterio. Yeah, it's Mysterio. Yeah, it's Mysterio.
Okay, get to it, please. Show me the guy, please.
It's so funny when you remember that Kevin Smith is a director. Like, he should be thinking about this kind of thing.
Well, again, this is a thing where like Quesada is good enough to have been able to do this right too. And like, it's funny because in Kevin Smith's afterward, he talks about how good Quesada is and that he should just let Quesada direct a movie for him.
That was funny.
And I'm just like, all of you failed. Like, all this is trash.
Don't
from
you
everybody.
get it? This is supposed to be cinematic comics. That's why in the 6th issue you get those black and white flashbacks. It's meant to be cinematic, you guys. Like, I think what it is that Kevin Smith treats these pages like storyboards. And so he wants to get through the frame by frame action, and it results in just the most what's the word, molasses like viscous I guess, just goopy I think is the best word to use here. Yeah, it's such a slog, and I think that's the worst part. It's not just that it's the worst stuff put to page, it's the slowest worst stuff put to page.
Yeah.
I just flipped to when he's explaining that he has cancer or whatever, and he got out of jail because he has cancer or whatever. And then it's like, when I got out of prison, I found that wasn't my Spider-Man, and I'm like, this is
Kevin Smith talking.
It's so bad.
If you did a comic like this for 1 page, it would be such funny satire. But to do this for 200 pages is so exhausting, man.
Yeah. No, Kevin Smith is Mysterio. You know what? That whole bit that you were calling out, Lan, is so the Woody Allen problem when Orwell was making fun of Woody Allen for being such a sniveling little bitch.
That's like, such an awesome monologue.
Oh, it's so good. And it's like, oh, he's putting on this sniveling bitch persona because he has such a massive ego that's the only way to protect his ego. And that's so what this is too. Kevin Smith is calling himself Mysterio, right? And he's saying he's such a he's so great, and he's getting beat. And it's just like, man, this is so annoying. This is such annoying behavior.
Wait, are you saying there's like a meta thing that like he's using Mysterio to talk about the fact that there's like a different Spider-Man?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks. I hate that.
It's so
bad. I thought you were leading up to like a bit there. Was this?
No, I'm just like,
is this
learning
one
all
of those Kevin Smith movies that I didn't watch? Was this a beaten dogma? I wouldn't be surprised if it was a beaten dogma, but maybe Chasing Amy.
Dude, Mallrats, like every time it's like Mallrats, every time
Mephisto shows up in Mallrats.
No, like it's just so crazy that this became the guy that like comic book companies wanted to write for them, because in Mallrats it's like, damn, Superman, how's that guy wear a condom? Damn, the Hulk, does this penis get bigger too? It's just like it's so stupid. Like, you, sir, should be not allowed to touch your bong as much as you do, let alone a comic book script.
I think it really feels like when you read something like this, it really feels like an indictment of the culture that allowed itself to produce a book like this.
Right. That's what that's what I mean by saying Kevin Smith don't make no sense. Like, this guy getting to make so many movies and comics, it doesn't make any sense. Like, I don't feel like the culture even makes sense to have produced a Kevin Smith, but it did. It drives me
now
insane.
I feel like we gotta watch a Kevin Smith episode, Kevin Smith movie for a bonus app.
Zach and Mary make a point. Just kidding. It should be a new one. But that one is probably the least horrible one.
Sorry, I'm derailing. I'm sure Lan has like 14 fucking more characters we got to go through.
Oh, just one. Just one.
Book.
Just one. Because everyone else doesn't matter. They don't matter. You know, it's just like that classic I think you should leave adage, you know, like they weren't important people, so it doesn't matter that they killed, you know, it doesn't matter they killed them. It doesn't matter that we ran over them. Matt Murdock is our final character here, and I think is the one we can really wrap everything up with. Just, I think we went over it already, you know, like in that scene, he is both, Kevin Smith is both Mysterio and Matt Murdock, but like, knowing what we know now about, you know, the state of Kevin Smith's fatherhood at the time, I think it does kind of recontextualize a lot of the mania that Matt is going through in this book, which also does make me more concerned. Like,
this is Kevin Smith's eraser head.
It's Kevin Smith's monkey bone, actually.
Okay, heard.
Shout out to the 5 monkey bone fans out there. Yeah, it's frustrating because at his core, Matt Murdock is supposed to be a tortured, self-defeating, self-destructive character, and yet in this book, when he does all those things, when he engages in all those self-destructive habits, when he pushes people away, when he does like awful things, it feels wrong. It just feels wrong.
Yeah. It don't click.
Yeah, and in that way, I think he's actually one of the easiest characters to talk about in this book. He just doesn't work.
Yeah. His Catholicism is so annoying in this. And I don't know exactly what it is, but from the first issue,
well, you mentioned
the way
that this feels like a Protestant's take on Catholicism.
Yeah.
So can you elaborate on that?
So, and I mean, I don't fully, I'm going to ramble and see if I get to the point, because it's like part of it is I don't fully know why I find this take on Daredevil's conflicts with religion so annoying. Like the way I don't like how overtly questioning of God he is in this from like the first page. And I know, okay, this is immediately following up, blah blah blah, whatever. Like this is building on stuff, right? And so whatever. But like you look at the first season of Born Again, right? And Matt has replaced his Catholicism with law, and that's communicated visually in very cool ways that we pointed out in Hornography.
Patreon.com/MidnightGrapplerAnimals. Patreon.com/MidnightGrapplerAnimals.
Yeah, go listen to the first season before our next season of Hornography starts. You need to hear what we thought about in the first season. Like it's done in a way, and at first I was thinking that I'm not super interested in Daredevil questioning religion. Like I think it's more interesting if his religious feelings are holding him back or forcing him to do things a particular way. I think that's more interesting use of the Catholicism. But he's just like questioning it is annoying and boring to me here. But it's also like I've read Daredevil comics where he's questioning his faith, and those are good. So it's like I don't. It's not a this is always true thing. It's more like, oh, this is just a dog shit way of doing it. But I think
I might have a better idea of what Kevin Smith was trying to get at here had I just watched Dogma. I think that's my conclusion here is like, I think I really need to watch Dogma to understand Kevin's take on Catholicism here. Would you agree, Salt?
All right, we're watching Dogma. Let's go.
Whoa, no. Hold Pause.
Here's the thing.
Pause.
I like to think I'm the Matt Murdock of this podcast because
Okay.
I'm always
Oh.
sabotaging my relationships, and I'll be watching this Dogma movie, and my girlfriend will go, "Why are you watching this?"
I thought you had already
And I'll be
seen
a very-
Dogma. That's why I
Yeah, but
asked
not
you.
since I was 10 years old. I was like pre 9/11. You know,
appropriate
George
age
Bush
to
blew up
have
those
watched
towers
it.
and then wiped the memory of the movie from my brain. I gotta watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, the third tower hit your
Also-
amygdala.
Fortunately, Salt, once again, you can blame Lan. It's Lan's fault you're
Just
watching
blame it
Dogma.
all on Lan.
You just-
Lan-
It's Lan's fault.
Lan is the Mephisto of like the Matt Murdock.
Just keep feeding bad ideas into your brain.
Yeah, Lan is Mephisto, and the podcast is the drug
I am also
crumbs.
Mysterio. I'm a little bit of Kingpin. You know, on some days I feel a little bullseye.
Are you the Satan baby?
Yeah, every now and then I'm feeling
Hell
like the
yeah.
Satan baby.
Call me Karen. Oh, I don't know if you know this, Salt. He names the baby Karen at the end of the book.
I'm so mad. I'm mad at the existence of this book. Like in some ways, I think you can blame this book. I'm not being hyperbolic. I genuinely think you can blame this book's existence on like the contemporary state of like comics recapping, comics criticism, just all that shit that like what really matters in a comic is all the status quo changes and like, you know, caring 99% about the art and the stuff you can put on Wikipedia. Sorry, caring about the writing and the Wikipedia stuff. Like all the and this happens essence of the book like really lays the groundwork for like the stupid ways people talk about comics now.
Well, yeah, and even movies, or at least MCU movies, right? It's like the plot is so important, right? The plot, things that happen are first and foremost the most important things because that's what you could talk about with other people, which is like a mutation of all of this. And this is totally a nexus point. Yeah, this is like a hinge point, or at least a thing that you could point to. And
look, for as sloppy as this book is, it is also incredibly calculated. Like Smith really feels like he has to get a cameo every X number of pages. All right, I got to get the Hulk in here. I got to get Doctor Strange in there. Like I'm sure something like this happened before this book, but like the loudness of it is just like this infection that's still in modern comics.
Yeah.
My only other no, and this happens probably every issue. The book is constantly Matt giving a speech to somebody, and then the other person saying like one line that totally owns him and wins the argument. It happens like 5 times, 5 or 6 times. It's constantly happening where he's like, blah, 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 blah. And then like it happens in the last issue. I took the note with the last issue, and it's Spider-Man, where Matt is like, they're guilty of dying, blah, 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 blah. And then Spider-Man's like, yeah, cool, dude, and like leaves. He says like a thing that owns him though, and I'm like, this is it's like it would have been good if it was one time, but it was everyone Matt interacts with, and it's just like, free me.
Yeah, just stop. Just stop. And I think just stop is really what we should do. We should. Anyone got loose thoughts? Loose thoughts to fire off before we end things here.
No,
I got loose stool because this book is diarrhea.
Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I want to note that the second issue of this book has Quesada credited as Joe Puff Daddy Quesada.
Okay.
I figured that's something to note here.
I know.
Great. That aged really well.
Yeah. Lan, did you read the half issue?
I did not. I did not.
Okay. I'm so happy. We got a hat trick on that. We got a hat trick. Nobody read it. That's all that matters. That's good.
I gotta say, like the afterword just pisses me off so much because Kevin Smith finds like 3 different ways to say what a bad director he is, and that would be something If he fought, yeah, exactly Woody Allen, dude. And I would actually respect him if he said, I suck, but I'm trying to get better. But it's like, no, I just suck. And you're totally right. He is the egoist Woody Allen who does the sniveling piss baby thing as a defense for his narcissism.
Yeah, which I mean, it's so a like comic book nerd thing too, where it's like, what? And I think Kevin Smith deservedly should be a dumb piss baby because like, what did you even do to be here, dude? Like, none of your movies are that good. There's a few people like them, and that's cool. Like, exist in that, but like, what are you doing? He leveraged it into actual work, and it's just like, this is annoying. Why are you here? Like. I'm sure most people are annoyed when he's around, even if he's nice, whatever. Get fat again, man.
Get fat again. Get fat again, I think, is the...
I would be so much less mad if he was fat, actually, probably. I'd be like, yeah, but at least he's a fat guy.
Daredevil, get fat again.
That's the name for it. That's the title for the Dogma episode that we're doing. So get fat again. This is good. I'm gonna be chuckling about that all day.
Well, before we wrap things up here, before we call it a day, I gotta get through a spiel. I've been forced against my will, actually.
Go watch Common Ride Along, though. Go listen to Common Ride Along and watch all the episodes of Common Rider that I have to watch.
Yeah, that was one of them. But I also want to say that this show is made possible thanks to viewers and listeners like you. If you want to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/midnightgrappleranimals. $2 will get you episodes without any pesky ads and whatnot on them. You will also get a lot of bonus content, both if you're at the $2 level or the $5 level. Including our upcoming season of Hornography, where we cover the second season of Daredevil Born Again, and a lot of other things, like Salt's Rage Cage, which is a fantastic episode, honestly.
Salt's Rage Cage. We should do that more often. We need you to get mad about things.
Good episode. Yeah. But if you aren't able to go over to Patreon, or you want to help out the show in other ways, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. Tell Kevin Smith, actually. I'm sure he's very receptive to these things. Put a good review of our podcast on your podcast app of choice. It doesn't really matter which one, as long as it's Apple Podcasts. If you got any comments, questions, or suggestions for the show, you can send those to midnightgrappleranimals@gmail.com. And if you want to talk to us, if you want to join us in the jovial conversations that we have when we're not recording episodes, the links to our social media pages, as well as our Discord server, are in the description of this episode. Fellas, it is time for Tastemaker's Grab Bag. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Walker by Alex Cox. The coolest way to commit career suicide as a movie director.
What do you mean? What's the...
I mean, Alex Cox took Ed Harris and his whole cast and crew down to Nicaragua, and they made this historical epic with the cooperation of the Sandinista government. And American culture was so horrified that you would make this type of movie decrying the United States as the Fourth Reich that the studio basically disowned it, and his movie career was over. It's so awesome.
What's it on? Crap.
DVD.
Oh, okay.
DVD.
So library.
Yeah, well, see, again, Lan turned me on to the library, and I go to the library, get the movies now. So I guess that's my other thing. Go to the library. Go check out Walker or something.
A famous quote from a famous aardvark once said, having fun ain't hard when you've got a library card.
That's so true, though.
That's so good.
That's all I got.
Keigen, okay. What do you have to recommend?
Weirdly kind of on theme. So everybody's favorite socialist on or Marxist Leninist socialist on Blue Sky, or Alicia.
Is that? I thought you were gonna say yourself. That would have rocked. Me.
No, one day we'll put that in the pocket. That's good. That goes in the candy jar, and I will use that later. No, she recommended like a big old learn about communism thing. Like she hosts it, and she made a website, and so I started listening to an audiobook, Fascism and Social Revolution, third edition, by Rajani Palmdut. It's from like the 30s, and it was predicting rise of fascism through capitalism. It's pretty sick. It's kind of I mean, the audiobook has notes from like now, and talking about how, you know, we've seen capitalism form into fascism recently, but like the effects of it and the unemployment and everything like that. It puts it in a modern context where the book is like about the 20s and 30s. At the same time, I'm reading a book that's like pretty anti-socialist propaganda, at least a little bit. So like you gotta read it with that in mind. But it's a book about the Russian Revolution by Sheila Fitzpatrick. But she argues that the Russian Revolution isn't just that initial wave that a lot of people say. It wasn't two revolutions, it's one like 20-year long revolution, from 1917 to 1937, so through Stalin. Reading both of those at the same time just kind of understand better like the history of the Soviet communism, because like people are so annoying about all that on both sides, right? Like pro-Soviets are always like, oh, Lenin was perfect, and he's kind of baby girl. I do understand that take. And then people are like, oh, he was worse than the Nazis, and that's obviously incorrect. But just kind of to put more of that stuff in context, along with the theory, because I think a lot of communists will just read the theory, and that's why Lenin is baby girl. But he was kind of crazy. He's kind of crazy and weird too, which is fun to learn about. So anyway, I'm doing both of those at the same time for that reason, to put stuff in context, and to hate America more. So shouts to Venezuela winning the baseball. And
if I have bonus episodes called Rage Cage, you just snuck in the Keigen Symposium in here. Good job.
Keigen Symposium. Oh,
Keigen Socialism Symposium.
We'll be communists soon enough. We're all getting our cards.
Keigen's Communism Corner, but don't spell that with K's.
Yeah,
Keigen's Communism. Keigen's Communism Collective.
Keigen.
That's incredible. Oh my god. No, I think every springtime I get into communism, because last year that was when I read the
springtime
Che
for
stuff.
Stalin, you say?
I got super into Che last year. So this year I'm all Soviet. Yet next year it'll be Mao. I'll get all into Maoism.
He was just as bad as Hitler, Lan.
Yes.
I start beefing with Keigen, and I start spelling it KK Keigen in all my social media stuff.
It'd be too easy. Oh man, I gotta start spelling it with like a Slavic C or something.
I think that's worse.
Damn it.
All right, Lan, what do you got?
My friend Keigen, he's a little fat, he's a little buff. He's my
That's
friend.
the coolest
Keigen.
kind of jacked you can be, though.
Honestly, Matt, I'm gonna recommend Matt Johnson's forearms, because holy fucking shit, dude. That shit got me back in the gym. Like, I gotta get there. Every time, I swear he crosses his arms just for the sake of showing them off. And I'm like, I get it. If I had arms like that too, I'd be trying to find every possible venue to try and show them off. But I am going to recommend Get on the Bus by Spike Lee. I've been on a Spike Lee kick actually quite recently, and I watched Malcolm X, and then I watched Get on the Bus shortly after, and it's a very fascinating corollary to Malcolm X. It takes place in the lead up to the Million Man March in 1995. It's a very fascinating snapshot of what it meant to be a black male in America around that time. Got some fantastic performances in there from the likes of Ossie Davis, from Wendell Pierce, just a real star-studded cast. Yeah, it's a good movie. Other than that, I think I might just have to recommend the DLC to Lost Judgment, the Kaito Files. I'm something of a Kaito file myself. Because I like the DLC. That's what I'm trying to say here. It was a good DLC.
How old is the DLC?
It's
what age?
In video game years, it's like 25.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job. You're so smart, Leon. You're so good.
Because video games age just like dogs, if you think about it.
You're so smart.
So, yeah, good DLC. It honestly plays as though it's its own game entirely. It's very feature rich. In many ways, it's funny enough, like a redux of the plot of the first Yakuza game. But yeah, it's very enjoyable. And on that note, I just remember what my third recommendation was going to be: Yakuza, powered by Nihon Toitsu. If you thought that the Amazon Prime Yakuza adaptation from, what was it, last year or the year before, if you thought that was dog shit, don't worry. This one's actually good. They got the guys who did Nihon Toitsu, which is like a very low budget Yakuza series. They basically put out like a movie a year, essentially, and it's been happening for like the past decade and some. Anyways, they got these guys who all had also previously starred in Like a Dragon Gaiden, and they got them to do their own version of the plot of the first Yakuza game. So imagine just like that reenacted by guys in their 40s and 50s in this very low budget style. Like, there are scenes where they blend gameplay footage with live action footage, and funny enough, there's a crazy technological callback to Eyes Wide Shut. It's really got everything, and it's all available on IGN's YouTube channel. All 3 episodes, they're like an hour each. So yeah, if you're not familiar with the Yakuza franchise, go watch it. It's so much better than the high budget Amazon Prime TV show that they spent probably like millions and millions of dollars on. Those are my recommendations. I think that's the episode, folks. Fellas, we've sinned enough. I think we can atone for our sins. We can repent. Forgive us, viewers, for we have sinned. And as always,
keep on grappling.
Yeah.
Robert Mueller just died.
Oh, okay.